Okay. Okay, so since I called Todd and he had hung up on me and I spoke with Jen on the Friday, that evening, me and my wife received a letter from UPS thanking me for being a good employee, receiving an injury, and number to call. I ended up calling that number later and finding out I was represented by Laura Abendorf and left her a message. However, the next day, on the 20th, while we were gone, me and my wife, a package arrived from USPS that we were supposed to sign for. I was. And I wasn't home. So there was a missed delivery. And I didn't actually get that delivery slip until the 25th. But what that delivery would have said in express mail was that I was supposed to be at work on Monday, the 23rd, at 12 noon. It was ordered by Todd Albers and a couple other people who signed it, including some RCO or something, regional coordinator from UPS. And anyways, so that arrived there, and the 26th when I actually got it was, I got that letter on the 25th, drove immediately in because I didn't know what it was. It didn't identify itself. I have the brown slip. It doesn't say UPS on it or nothing. It just has digits. And so I go in and get it on the 26th, and I'm like, what is it? And it says UPS on it. I open it up. It's got a nice little letter and says blah, 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 because you haven't notified us of your leave of absence due to work-related illness, blah, blah, blah. We're going to assume if you're not here by 12 noon on the 23rd that you're released. Well, that I would self-terminate on the 23rd at 12 noon, is what they were saying, basically. Honestly, I gotta see if this is still recording. Okay, yep, because my last one turned off on me. Which is not legal. You can't send somebody a letter they don't get that tells you that they self-terminate when they're in the middle of an injury process with OSHA. And then secondarily, you can't tell somebody that they're a bomb threat and call the police about them and have them want to come in, and the police tell them they can't come back to the property, and you tell them not to come back to the property and tell them when you're going to contact them that blah, 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 blah. Anyways, that's not going to be really recap there, but the bottom line is that you can't just go doing this. I can't go there to the property. You can't order me to show up at 12 noon on the 23rd and then tell me if I don't show up, it's going to be ending in termination. It breaks all laws and principles of what is right and wrong with legalities of the system. I cannot cross the threshold of your property. You've told me not to. You have not once had a union representation call me. You have never at one time told me that I have a union person that wants to talk to me. It's always been you, UPS. This is the reason why I swear that in my heart of hearts that I don't know what else to do other than what I'm doing. And it's blatantly and openly telling everyone everything that's happening to me. I'm in the process of selling everything I own to get rid of it all, because I'm counting on foreclosure probably this year, maybe. Who knows how that'll all work out. But hey, gosh darn it, God bless you. Who knows? Maybe things will work out really good for me. But you lied. You told OSHA that there was a stain in there, that I didn't clean anything. I don't know what you told them, but they said that I couldn't have gotten sick from it. Obviously, OSHA didn't know what type of chemical it was, or how much there was, or how much was on everything. I have created a written document that's online where you can read how thick it is, and all the other details about this, and everything else about this truck, and this time frame. Things that are details that can be looked up and identified. Places you can track, companies you could contact if you wanted to find out where the pallets that had the oil on them went to, and you wanted to ask that company, well, when you received that stuff from UPS, was it all oily? And you can go there and ask them. And you can look at the dock, and you can take my boots, and you can cut the sample off. And if you have that truck and you've got the picture from Tyler's picture, then you can cut my boots open, and you can sample that versus a sample in there, and then you'll know that no stain causes samples of large amounts on top of people's boots, or in people's boots. It was thick in there. It was thick. I cleaned up a lot. I used half a bin of sawdust to clean this up, and they've done everything to hide it. They disallowed me to show up. They wouldn't let me come back. They won't give me any help with my workman's comp. They basically deny that anything happened. They've called people upstairs. They've talked to them, asked them about my health history. They've taken my HIPAA information, my health insurance privacy stuff. They've photocopied it. Now they've got somebody, a private detective, calling me and telling me that he wants to meet me for an hour and a half of a recorded session on behalf of Gallagher, whatever, and then he'd like to have me sign over documentation about my rights as a medical person. Now, I don't really think that that is at all legal by any terms, especially when supposedly this has been dropped and you got rid of my case. I think what you did here is you used the ability that you had in order to push me out of the company, so that way it didn't look like you were having any type of retaliation against me from OSHA. So my next thing is I'm going to post this when I'm completed. I'm going to give it to OSHA too, because OSHA should know all about this, because you guys are just heinous. And if you're doing it here, the corporate is teaching you how to do this. The people at the very top are rewriting the rules every day in order to make it so that you can't be seen, which means that you're dirty. Dirty from the bottom up. It means that everywhere you shit, you lay it and you think it's gold, and I'm not too appreciative of it. I don't need anything from you, and I don't really want anything from you, but the best thing I could see from you is if the laws changed in this country so that the people of the country are protected. People like Ashley furniture workers. Thousands of them in Wisconsin hurt. I don't know if I read it right, but I think 6 of them died. Because we make furniture in America. It's okay to kill Americans. Should we go to war with countries for less?